Following the ongoing capture of 22 individuals and administrators of the Boko members by agents of the Inspector General of Police Special Intelligence Response Team (IRT) led by DCP Abakari, stunning disclosures have risen on the deadly exercises of the order. It was accumulated that the three commandants of the Civilian Joint Task Force, an outfit made by the Borno state government to help the Nigerian military in trailing and capturing individuals from the order, were among those captured by the IRT for giving out operational data of the military to individuals from the organization. 8 different suspects additionally admitted during cross-examinations that they were a piece of the gathering that completed the April 2014 hijack of more than 200 students from an administration optional school in Chibok territory of Borno State. At the point when Vanguard met the suspect, a portion of the commandant, infantry and witnesses portrayed their jobs and the different undertakings executed for the gathering. Meta Alhaji Modu Nonidube Abu, a 20-year-old Boko administrator, though he said he has not gone to school and not certain about his genuine age, native of Bama local government of Borno State, who was a rancher and had no proper instruction, admitted that he took a functioning part in the 2014 grab of Chibok students, and he was similarly liable for moving little youngsters who were utilized for suicide bombings from Sambisa forest into Maiduguri town. He said as a leader, he had been battling for the order since 2011 and helped the gathering in assuming control more than a few towns. He said he additionally partook in snare assault over the northeastern conditions of Nigeria and a few pieces of Niger, Chad and Cameroon. He uncovered that the initiative of the gathering typically paid every contender the total of 30,000 naira after each assault. Describing how the gathering completed the April 2014 Chibok school young ladies assault, he said one of our commandants who got immediate request from our pioneer Abubakar Shekau, Bana, Chungori, brought out more than 100 of us, and we as a whole collected at the Sambisa forest. He disclosed to us that our pioneer Shekau had requested that we should all go to Chibok local government and see some school young ladies at the school. We were unable to pose inquiries since it was an immediate request from Shekau, and we as a whole mounted our trucks. We had 5 major military trucks, 3 Toyota Hilux vans and 2 Isuzu pickup trucks. We left Sambisa forest around 5 p.m. that night and showed up the school around 10 p.m. We encompassed the school when we showed up, and when we were sure that there would be no obstruction, Chungoro provided orders that we should go all in, and we found the young ladies running in dread. We abducted huge numbers of them and removed them in our trucks. At the point when we got to the Sambisa forest, Chungori asked all of the infantrymen and other lower officers, including me, to leave the truck since he was to take the young ladies to Shekau, whose camp was somewhere inside the woodland. I didn't see the young ladies again in light of the fact that I was not near Shekau. However, I was paid the total of 30,000 naira upon the arrival of the abducting, and I was likewise given the aggregate of 60,000 naira after a lot of payoff was paid for the arrival of the young ladies. One of the commandants of the Chibok student hijackers, Abu, said we focused on thickly populated regions. Abu additionally said at some point in December 2014, 2 of our top administrators, Bakura and Ibrahim, requested me to take 2 young ladies with suicide vests to Maiduguri and manage them until they had exploded their bombs. Can you imagine? Be that as it may, each time I got to Maiduguri, I would not go into Metropolis with them. I would leave them at the edge of the town, and before you knew it, they would have done their job. The first day they did was the first day they did was at Muna Kapot, and the second was at Dalori, which was additionally on the edge of Maiduguri town. An individual was the gathering Adam, who had in a taxi Maiduguri at the point called our authority and disclosed to him that the suicide planes I had been getting had been not able to go into the town where there were huge hordes of individuals, and since he was a cab driver, he could generally assist us with finding thickly populated zones where individuals could be slaughtered in bigger numbers if just my officers would pay him. They concurred on 200,000 per crucial each time I took the young ladies from Sambisa backwoods. I would take them to Adam, who might then bring the young ladies into Maiduguri city, and after each effective assault, I was the individual who used to take his cash to him. My leaders used to pay me between 60,000 naira and 70,000 naira after every activity. I wasn't doing this in view of my Islamic confidence. I was simply doing this in view of the cash, he expressed. I was paid 200,000 naira to take suicide planes to target areas. Mustafa, 21-year-old Adam Mustafa, a local of Maiduguri, revealed to Vanguard that he joined the order in 2009 when Mohammed Yusuf, its organizer, was alive, yet he didn't partake in the battle towards the start since he was excessively youth. However, he said he became pulled into the gathering in 2014 when he understood individuals were bringing in cash from the gathering's exercises. He additionally admitted that his activity as a part since 2014 was to take little youngsters being utilized for this whole thing to their objective areas, and he ordinarily earned 200,000 naira for every activity. I went to just an Islamic school and I didn't finish my instruction. I am a cab driver and I have been in the business over the most recent 4 years. I joined the Boko set in the year 2009 when the author Mohammed Yusuf was yet alive. I used to implore the faction in their mosque. However, I didn't participate in the battle from the earliest starting point. I went underground. Be that as it may, I rejoined the gathering 4 years back when one Ibrahim, an individual from the gathering, moved towards me with purchasing taking cows and other animals from the gathering, which I would sell in Maiduguri. I got such a lot of money flow from the business. However, they may that my companion Ibrahim was later killed during an experience with certain warriors. I purchased a vehicle with the cash I made, and the gathering at the point gave me another task, which was for me to consistently pass on suicide aircraft, who were fundamentally little youngsters from the Sambisa timberland with their suicide vests to their objective areas. The individual who typically took the young ladies from Sambisa woodland to Muna garage in Maiduguri, where I would get them, was one Abu, who has additionally been captured. At times, I got guidance from Sambisa woods on where the suicide aircraft would assault, and where there was none, I would take them to any zone where I felt the setback figure would be extremely high. In any case, my objectives were typically thickly populated zones, and before I got the young ladies from Abu, I ordinarily drove around the town to discover regions that were populated. I took the suicide planes to a few places, for example, post office region of Maiduguri, where they completed assaults. I likewise took them twice to Baga Road, Monday advertised 33 army dormitory, and a few different spots where such a large number of individuals lost their lives during the assault. I was typically paid 200,000 naira after each fruitful crucial. My keep going strategy on the 10th of May 2018 out of an activity we did at 33 Army Barracks in Maiduguri. In one of my procedure on Baga Road, one of my more youthful siblings was executed during the suicide bombing assault. I felt awful about the episode and I needed to stop, yet I couldn't on the grounds that the cash they guaranteed me was enticing. In any case, I lament all that I have done at this point. I don't have the foggiest idea how the police found out about me. I was in my home when they came and captured me. I provided nourishment things, sold jewels for Boko people. Malam. Mala, that's another person again, saying I provided nourishment things, sold jewels for Boko sets. This is a Mala. One of the gathering strategy providers, 48-year-old Ibrahim Mala, a local of Goza, nearby government region of Borno State, said as a security man at a gas station, he earned just 5,000 naira month to month, which made him to join the gathering. Said, I am an individual from Boko Set and I am one of the gathering's strategic providers. I met the gatherings through one Arama who brought one Abu to me and they requested that I get some taking rams and goats from them. I purchased the animals for 22,000 naira and afterward they revealed to me that they were individuals from Boko Set. They at that point mentioned me to be their provider. In some cases, they carried cash to me from Sambisa Woods to assist them with purchasing nourishment things and different things they would require, and in the wake of purchasing the things, I would keep them in my home and call them on the telephone to come and get the things. They would then come around evening to convey the things. They typically paid me the whole of 100,000 naira on each excursion. In any case, in the month March, they carried a few precious stones for me to sell for them, and they likewise connected me to one Alhaji Talba Goni who lived at Zageri Ward on Baga Road, who they said realized how to sell the jewels. In the wake of selling the jewels, Alhaji Talba Goni would have handed over the cash to me, and the other individuals would teach me on what they require me to purchase for them with a portion of the cash, after which they would come and pick them and the parity of their cash. I sold the precious stones for them on the 5 events and they compensated me liberally. Yes, I don't have the foggiest idea where they got the jewels from. I purchased a land with the cash I produced using my dealings with the gatherings. Be that as it may, I am lamenting my activities since I was at one time Boko members' casualty as they killed my uncle and his child when they assaulted my town in 2014. However, the cash they offered to pay me in the event that I turned into their provider was so enticing. Indeed, even my better half was unsettled that I joined the gathering, yet there. Wow. This is mind-boggling. Honestly, this is mind-boggling. You know, before now, I always talk about that something that what the government has not been doing is to be able to, let us, what is the root cause of all of these things? You could see that the money that are being given to these people are so enticing. They are so enticing. Yes, they continue doing it because of what? Because of poverty, because of lack of education. Those things that the government are supposed to be doing, to be educating the younger ones. But when it comes when you talk about education, the government is not even doing anything. The poverty is something else. It's something else. Mostly educating them, creating awareness. You cannot just tell somebody, don't do this, and you are not providing a lot of things. Just the same thing that we are experiencing. Sit at home, sit at home, sit at home. They said they have provided a lot of things, and meanwhile they know who and who they are giving. And yet you are asking people who ordinarily you don't even provide for them as citizens. They go out day by day to provide for themselves, and yet you are not giving those particular people, and you expect them sit at home. Those are the things. When you don't deal with the root cause of any problem, and at the end of the day you want the problem to be solved, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. With all these confessions that these people have made, what has the government done? You know, Chadian government have been able to put our government, our Nigeria army, put them to shame. What have you been doing? And yet, day in, day out, they get money, and these people have been doing it freely. But when it comes to people who are harmless, who do not know, who are not even violent, those are the people that they always try to flex their muscles on. So it's just unfortunate. You can imagine this a mind-boggling confession. So guys, let us hear your opinion. Leave your comment below and let's have your take.